Welcome to our video series on the Canadian Rockies from August 2018. We spent 2 weeks in Jasper, Yoho, and Banff National Parks. We took several hikes and we visited many waterfalls while we were there. There are a total of 4 videos in this series and we hope you will watch them all. Please click the subscribe button at the end of the video to see all of our publications as well as get notifications as we post new materials.
We'd also like to welcome all 3 of our subscribers. Wait, you're one of them. So welcome to our 2 subscribers. Hi, Mike and Tina, and our mystery subscriber. This is the first time doing this type of video. We're going to be bad, but we'll try to get better. We hope to show you some of the beauty from Jasper, Banff, and Yoho National Park areas.
There were a lot of forest fires going on when we were there. We were there in August 2018. There were fires in the west, in British Columbia, and also several in Banff. So a lot of our views were clouded by the smoke, which was disappointing, but we also had some really clear days too, which was great. We also found it was a good time for bargains in the stores because the summer season was coming to an end. And so we got a lot of sale items, which was great. Jasper especially is one of my favorite places, absolute favorite places in the world. I was there when I was a kid in 1976. I was there again in 1984, just after I graduated, and hopefully it won't be another 34 years before I'm able to visit again because the place is just beautiful.
One of the goals of this video is to encourage you to go visit Jasper and Banff and Yoho. There are approximately 4 million visitors every year, but don't feel like it'll be overcrowded because between the 3 national parks, there's over 7,200 square miles of space to separate those 4 million visitors.
We left home in West Michigan at 5 p.m. with the goal of driving straight to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in Canada. The only slowdown we hit was just 2 miles from home. Getting down the expressway, there was some backup. By midnight, we were somewhere in Wisconsin, and that next morning we're in Fargo, North Dakota, heading through a McDonald's.
And we want to thank the people ahead of us at McDonald's as they bought our breakfast for us. And of course, we bought the person behind us breakfast.
Yeah, did a little pay it forward in North Dakota, so that was fun. When we got back on the highway after McDonald's, we were so busy getting our food all prepared to eat on the road that we missed the expressway turn to get onto the next road. And so we ended up going a little bit the wrong way, but what we found was we ran into Steele, North Dakota, where there is the world's largest sandhill crane. So who knew? That was kind of fun. So we got out, took a few pictures with the sandhill crane and added that to our album. We crossed into Canada at Portal, North Dakota around lunchtime. And at this point it was day 2 then, we had, according to our day count. And we made it to Saskatoon around 4:30 p.m. their local time. So we checked into the Sandman Hotel and spent the night there before heading into Jasper the next day. We left Saskatoon around 5:30 a.m. that next morning, and 8.5 hours later we arrived in Jasper. So it was 2 p.m. their local time.
We traveled a total of 2,152 miles from home, and once we got into the park of Jasper, we could see a few of the mountains, but they were really hazy from the forest fires and the light sprinkles that were in the air. We did pay the annual National Park Pass, which allows us to stay in the park, any of the parks for a full year for $135 in Canadian dollars. We did set up camp at the Wapiti Campground.
And once we got set up, we visited the town of Jasper. I had been telling Jim for years how this was such a beautiful town, how it is completely encircled in mountains and how it's so gorgeous. You can stand in the park in the center of town. And we got there and could not see any of the beautiful mountains. It was as if they weren't even there. There was so much smoke and so much cloud cover, and so that was a bit disappointing. Jim still doesn't believe me that Jasper actually has mountains, because we never saw them the entire time we were there, but we did see a lot of mountains in other parts of the park. So we, from our campground actually was right on the Athabasca River, and so we were able to walk down to that and just enjoy listening to the river and watching the water, and took some pictures down there. And then we took a little 2.6 mile walk or hike around that area, just to get ourselves prepped and ready for the next days, where there was going to be quite a lot of walking. Day 4, we got up at 6 a.m. and got ready to go waterfall visiting. There were rain and clouds this day, so we knew we weren't going to be able to see many mountains, but all the waterfalls are beautiful. And in fact, the colors are very pretty when the sun isn't out. So it was a very nice day. We went and visited Athabasca Falls, which is the most powerful falls in the Jasper and Banff area. And then we also went to Sunwapta Falls and walked both to the upper and to the lower falls.
We also did Tangle Falls, climbing nearly to the top. It's a beautiful falls, and there's lots of climbing that you can do, and just you can spend hours there just enjoying the time.
Yeah, it's right at the side of the road. It's almost, you almost miss it. We actually pulled off to just do a little pullover, because we saw there was a little parking lot there, and I wanted to just take pictures of the mountains in the area. And then we looked across the street, and there was this gorgeous waterfall. So it's really easy to miss if you're not looking for it, but highly recommend that you stop at it.
We also did Athabasca Glacier. If you look closely at the pictures, you can see the tour buses on the glacier. That was kind of a cool thing to see. Also went across the street, did the Icefield Center, and then on our way back to camp, we saw our first bear sighting, which is a small black bear running across the street, kind of back into our campground.
A grand total, we hiked and walked 7.1 miles on this day.